You cool cats and kittens, it's Carole here with Shamrock, and you can't see them, but Clover and Lucky are also in the background, and we are all wishing you a very happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm gonna switch over to my phone here and make sure that you guys are actually seeing and hearing us okay. I tried to turn down the volume on Shamrock, that traffic noise, so let me know if it's annoying or not. I left it on a little bit, but didn't want to have it just overpowering. And for a lot of people seem to be thinking that the cats are hearing this horrible traffic noise all the time. And it's really not that bad where the cats are. The problem is that they mounted the microphone for the Explore cameras way up at the top of the cage, which is like 10 feet up. And so our concrete block wall is 8 feet high, and it blocks most of the noise coming through, but there's noise that comes across the top and it just whack right into that microphone. So I guess I really need to see if we can do something about moving that microphone down. It was up high so that the cats wouldn't mess with it, but maybe we need to put it on the outside of the cage because any sounds that the cats make you'll be able to hear through that wire. Alright, I need to make sure you guys are hearing, so let me look into the comments here. So let me know, turn that volume down. Hope I remember to turn that back on later. So far I'm just hearing people say how cute she is, and she is very, very cute. This is sort of live. I backed it up, I think about 11 minutes so that we could capture some of her here before she goes over to the other platform that you'll see in a minute, so that I could have enough time to talk to you about a bunch of stuff that's going on here at the sanctuary. But, oh good, Janie says the sound is good, so I will keep talking then. I had a bunch of things that I wanted to go over with you guys. One is I wanted to shout out to Barbara O for all the cute butterfly socks. Thank you very much for that. Everybody who sees me live knows that I usually wear Crocs. I love those Crocs with the leopard print spots on them, and so I keep a supply of those in my closet. But I wear socks as well because the Crocs have little holes all the way around, which makes it nice for ventilation, but gets sand and stuff in there, so I like the little anklet socks, and they see them on the live feeds all the time. Usually they're cat prints that I get from Publix, and you can only wear them 2 or 3 times before you have to throw them away. These that Barbara O sent me are much nicer and will last much longer, I'm sure, so thank you for that. And then I also wanted to thank Deb and Edith for the headlamps. Whenever we get called out on a Bobcat call, it often is in the dark that we have to go see if we can find a bobcat, and it's hard to hold a flashlight and a net and swat mosquitoes and do all the other stuff we're usually having to do when we're having to catch a bobcat. So having those headlamps is really helpful, and we have all that we need right now, so please don't send us any more just yet. If they're already on the way, we will have them as backups for the ones that we already have, but we have plenty to go in all of our vehicles and keep in our emergency response center. So thank you very much for that. Howie just sent me our tickets, our flight tickets to go to Taking Action for Animals, and that's going to be in Washington, D.C. It's a big conference we go to every year, and I'd love to see you guys there. It's a wonderful conference for people who care about taking action for animals. And then it's a weekend-long thing, and then on Monday we actually all go out and lobby together, so that's a lot of fun. And I think there's usually like 1,000 people at this thing, and Big Cat Rescue is always the major sponsor, so it's really cool that you get a bag with Big Cat Rescue's logo on it, and your badge will say Big Cat Rescue on it, so you'll be going to all those members of Congress and speaking for not only the cats and even other animals that they include in their bills, but also for Big Cat Rescue. So that's going to be in the last week of July. I think we go up on July 20th. And so if you go online and search Taking Action for Animals 2018, there's probably a web page where you can sign up for that now. Wayne says he got us a headlight, so thank you for doing that. Christina, she is pretty fearless. When she was in the cat hospital, every time we would have to feed or clean her cage, I mean, she'd just launch herself right at our face. So we were like, okay, she's got this whole I don't like people thing down pat. And so we really thought that she would be more assertive when we released her into the Bobcat Rehab area. She was a little nervous for a while, kind of caught us by surprise, but I think she's never seen that much daylight. The place that she came from was, she had to be bottle reared because she was such a youngster when she was found, and so I'm assuming that that was indoors, and I don't know what her outdoor enclosure looked like, but our outdoor enclosures are really open to the wild, so I think it kind of freaked her out when she first arrived. And there goes a siren, because we're right next to the fire department. We do hear that frequently. I live about 5 miles from the sanctuary, and we have coyotes running loose in our neighborhood because it's so wild back there. I'm on Rocky Creek, and every time a siren goes by, it's like, howl! They all start howling. They can't help themselves. Where did that little Shamrock go? I know she'll be right back. So while we're looking for her, I wanted to read some of these sweet cards. There she is. Love those cute little ears. We got a number of sympathy cards about the loss of Joseph. And this is from Mike and Kathy. And it says, hope I don't start crying, Carole, Howard, Jamie, and everyone, underlined, at Big Cat Rescue. These words of deepest sympathy are sent with the hope that as time goes by, cherished memories will help bring you inner peace and make your loved ones seem still very close to you. And of course, we always will carry Joseph in our hearts. May the memories that mean the most to you live forever in your heart. With heartfelt sympathy of the loss of the beloved Joseph the Lion, Mike and Kathy. Thank you. Oh, you didn't get to see that. It's pretty flowers. This one is sending a big hug. Dear Big Cat staff, just to let you know I care. Please accept this donation on behalf of Joseph Lyon. Our hearts go out to you all on the loss of this beautiful boy. Thank you for taking such good care of him. Sincerely, Stephanie. Thank you, Stephanie. More butterflies. You guys know why. And it says, the heart remembers most what it has loved best, keeping you close in thought as you mourn, cherish, and honor one who is so loved. Thinking of you, my friend, as you mourn and remember Joseph. I'm so sorry for your loss. Thank you for giving Joseph and his pride the best life possible in captivity. Thank you for your vision and mission to save and protect these beautiful cats. Love, hugs, and blessings, Deb. Thank you, Deb. And I was talking on a recent live about the fact that Joseph's Pride, we all knew them here as Joseph's Pride of 4 cats. There were 2 lions and 2 tigers, but there were also 2 other tigers in his pride that went to Wildcat Sanctuary. And I had mentioned at the time that I couldn't remember one of the cats' names. Turns out her name was Sierra. And the other one, Ekaterina, I don't know how I remembered a name like that. That's a really hard name for me to say, but at any rate, she's still alive. Sierra's passed on, and of course the rest of the cats that were in Joseph's Pride here have passed on. But Ekaterina is still alive at Wildcat Sanctuary and living the good life there. I also had some fan mail that was on, I can't switch over to it on my computer because then you'll all be reading my email and not watching this cute bobcat. This one is from Shondi. Dear Carole and all at Big Cat Rescue, it was just so important to my heart to express how sorry I am for you at the loss of the beautiful King Joseph. I sit here with tears streaming because there are no words to express this sorrow and loss adequately. But I think of you all and just know how dearly and deeply he is loved, and all I can manage are choking sobs. I love and miss him too, but I can only imagine how deeply that runs through your soul and bones for all. You bless my heart when I watch how all of your cats are so deeply loved in a way we as people should love each other more these days. Amen to that, sister. It had to be so hard for Jamie to make the call to ease Joseph into Sasha's loving presence. Carole, it is beyond words with you being her mom and having to watch her bravely make that compassionate decision for him. I'm sure you feel such a pride in her that has no depth of words to express the depth of such love. I've been trying to send this email since I knew of Joseph and just sit here, and I swear I can feel all of your broken hearts from here. I know how that goes. So I pause and try again. I loved Joseph so much and would often sit here with tears streaming down my face when you would do walkabouts with him in it. It always broke my heart, especially with him, that he, being so regal, had to be in an enclosure. Oh, how much harder that had to be on you all. Our majestic king never deserved that. None of them do, but he had that nobility that just made it harder for me to swallow, you know? I know I'm saying words that have been said before, mourning with you as we all are, but I still just had to try to convey how sorry I am and to at least let you know that we love you so much and can't put into words what your devotion and unconditional love mean to us who love the cats with you. It deeply moved my heart to see videos of each of his keepers saying their own unique farewells to him. How precious. It was so deeply moving when Jamie spoke of the butterflies that came to take him home, and that there was an unexplainable gust of wind. Truly he was ready, and all of the kingdom was announcing his arrival. Carole, you are a soul that inspires me and are someone I want to be like. You truly are an earth mother. I love you as if you were my sister. You all feel part of my family. I am trying hard to find the words. My brother always told me, keep it simple, stupid. Funny guy. I think that works here. I thank you all for going above and beyond for all you do for the cats. Thank you for your labor of unconditional love. You are truly part of my family. Carole, I have no doubt you are the guardian of the Rainbow Bridge for all time. God bless your compassionate heart and your gracious kindness in all that you do. Run in paradise, sweet Joseph, with your Sasha. See you on the other side. Sending all my love and prayers. Sincerely, Shandi. So, I'm out of tissues. It's been one of those months. But thank you. That was really, really sweet. This is from Edith, and she said, I know you're busy, no need to reply. Just saw The Elephant in the Living Room. Anger, that's a very good movie, documentary. You can see it on Netflix for free now. Anger, sadness, frustration, tears. What an education I have received from you and Big Cat Rescue in the last 2.5 years. Please don't stop doing the cute videos. That's how I first found BCR. Don't stop the rescue and medical videos, and definitely, please, don't stop your walkabouts. That's how I fell in love and began to learn what these big cats are facing in this country. And finally, please don't stop fighting. You and Big Cat Rescue are always in my thoughts and prayers. People in my life all know how I feel, and I've gotten, most of them, much more educated, and even got some of them to make the call of the wild. My first and only bumper sticker on my car in my life is from Big Cat Rescue. I think I may have read this one before because I remember commenting that I I don't care for bumper stickers either, but I do put those magnetic ones on there for Big Cat Rescue. I made the call again yesterday, this time for Joseph. My congressman is a co-sponsor, so I asked him to champion the bill, and that's what we ask everybody to do. If your member is already a co-sponsor, that's fabulous, but still, you should call them and ask them to get their colleagues on board with it, because we need more people signing up. And one of the things that we're doing now that we haven't done in the year and a half that we've been pushing this, well, it's been more than a year and a half, but anyway, we're actually pushing for Democrats to sign on. We were trying to get lots of Republicans first so that Republicans wouldn't think of this as being a Democratic bill and not hear it. But now that we have a good number of Republicans, we want to also start getting the Democrats on board. And they're easy. I mean, all you have to do is tell them it's about protecting animals from abuse, and they are on that. So those will be easy calls for you guys to make. You make everyone who follows the sanctuary story all feel as though we are part of the cat's life and the struggle to make the changes that are needed. You don't just ask for money and not let us share in what is going on. Thank you for that. Mickey was very special to me because I got to see his struggles, his courage, and his last few years of joy and knowing love. What an inspiration. So happy I can help. Still makes me feel good when I see Zeus enjoying getting sprayed with the nozzle I sent. Picks me up when I'm feeling down. Have a wonderful day. Thank you very much for that, Edith. And on that note, I actually sent an email to Tim and Jan Creamer of, well, it's Tim Phillips and Jan Creamer of Animal Defenders International. And you guys might have heard me talk about this a little bit on a recent Facebook Live. We are working with Animal Defenders International to try and get all of those circus tigers out of Guatemala. And you guys may have heard that the circus was banned there last year, which is fabulous, but the government gave the circuses a year to find placement for their animals, and of course they never do anything until the last minute, and so the last minute is coming up April 11th that they have to have placed their animals. And so the government was concerned and was saying, look, we're going to have to euthanize these animals because we can't take in like 50 big cats, 50 or 60 big cats. And so people were reaching out to us. We reached out to Animal Defenders International, and they responded by sending somebody to Guatemala to talk to the government there, to talk to some local people about setting up a temporary camp where all of these cats can be kept and taken care of properly, get the vet care they need, the dental care they need, and have a safe place to be while their permitting goes through. The permitting is a minimum of about 3 months, and it took us 8 months to a year to get the permitting to bring Hoover in from Peru. So we know it's going to be a long process, and we're all starting on it. We're rounding up space in accredited sanctuaries and got a number of people saying, yes, we have space, but the space is not the problem. The care of these animals for what could be months, maybe even a year, is critical because they have to eat every day. And so we need to be able to raise the money to take care of that. And the flights are ghastly expensive, as you can imagine, having to take over an entire cargo plane to bring it in from Guatemala to Tampa or to any of the other locations that they're able to bring those in. It's going to be very expensive. So we're starting the fundraising now, and what we intend to do is we can take in 3 or 4 of the big cats. So we'll pay for their care while they're there and their transport and all of that, but we're also going to help some of the other sanctuaries that don't have the amazing fan base that you guys are. We are going to dedicate all of the fundraisers that you guys do for us on Facebook in April to this effort, and we've set up a donation page at bigcatrescue.org/circusban, CIRCUSBAN, bigcatrescue.org/circusban. So that'll be a way that we can track that money separately from the funds that come in for other rescues and other things that we do. And it looks like we have lost our little Shamrock here. So last thing I wanted to tell you is Nabisco and Mrs. Claus, as you saw when he went back out to his cage, they ran into each other and apparently just took that wrong and got into a spat. And so we kept them apart for a day, let them get used to seeing each other, and then opened the door, and now they're fine with each other just like ever before. They're playing and they're getting along great. So those guys are doing fine. And let's see if there's anything else on my list. Oh, also, I just updated our finances, how we updated our finances, and the number of visitors to the sanctuary. So if you go to bigcatrescue.org, right there at the top, it'll show all of the latest posts, and you'll see one called 2017 Annual Report, and that will have the new, you'll see an image there that breaks down, like for the last 4 years or 5 years, what our income is, our expenses are, and the number of people who have visited. And so we are just killing it on every level, and it's because of you and you and you and you and you and you, all of you who have been so wonderful to us and who have helped these cats. So I love you guys. I will talk to you guys later. Bye, and have a happy St. Patrick's Day.